Hey there, Silver-Tongued Devil here, Light Brigade. Classy. What an intro. Right, so, what we are going to do today is I was going to have a look at some of the different classes, some of the different techniques that I've been employing to level them up. Some of them cheesy, some of them not so much, some of them straightforward, some of them a little bit around the cornery kind of thing. Some may even go as far as to say cheesy. So we'll be having a look at that and a few other things tonight. Hello, Nob. So the first thing that I've actually had problems with this game, or not problems. Hang on a sec. Try, if the video's not loading, try downing the quality. It's one of the problems that I've had from people previously, is what I stream at can conflict with your YouTube. So you might be able to put the settings down and get it done fine. Good. So, now, I like the Car 98 in this game. One of the problems that I have with this game at the moment is it isn't trigger for the fine motor movements, it's grip. And it feels a little bit hand-fisted on the sniper. It is useful, you do have to be accurate. One of the things that I have found, though, that could help us level up the sniper rifle is not using the sniper rifle. Let me explain. Now, I will be doing a short on this. I've got to finish it off. We'll get to that in a minute. First off, let's get all the pistol ammunition in our filthy little belt. So yeah, for those of you guys who haven't played this game or are not too familiar with it, you might want to have a look at the other stream, but, you know, we'll get there. So, it's a good weapon. It's a great weapon, in fact. Although it's not that good for you when you first start off with it and in its normal leveled format. So how can we level up the gun and the class without using it? Well, so yes, he's on our side, but fortunately for me, he's not going to need this Gewehr 43. Now, this Gewehr 43 is the same one that you would get. The same gun that you would get if you were running the rifle class. Now, you can do what I just did with any class and it will work, except the Pistolier. The Pistolier hasn't got a back slot for you. The back slot hasn't got a back slot for you to store the weapon. The trick is you need to store the back weapon. Storing the back weapon then allows you to pick the ammunition up for it. So we'll pop that to one side. Fill our boots with the Gewehr 43 ammo. We'll take that with us as well. This is why it's important to fill your pistol ammunition up first, because you'll get the sniper and the Gewehr ammunition there as well, and I don't know a way to stop that side of things happening. So there you go. We now have the sniper class and its perks, benefits and attributes and magic and pistol, but we have the Gewehr. So now the only other problem with this is, for those of you who are not familiar with it yet, hopefully you've played it enough. I know Norb has. Pray to this shrine allows you to change the difficulty once you have beat the game first. I need to actually experiment with this quickly because we have it on difficulty +4. I believe Cardinal Elite is difficulty +3, which I wanted to check. No, Cardinal Elite is difficulty +2. So there are 2 levels of difficulty that are kind of hidden after Cardinal Elite. But what we'll do is we'll knock it on normal for now. I've been playing it on what is in essence Cardinal Elite 2. And basically the way that you do that is when you complete the game in Cardinal Elite, this selector kind of goes off screen, and if you check your difficulty, it'll say +3. Cardinal Elite, the one after Cardinal Elite, the one after that, if you complete it again, goes up to +4. I've completed a few times, and it keeps on going up to +4. So let's go and have a quick look, see if we can... The other thing to note as well, the higher level you play it on, the more souls you will collect. Well, actually, no, sorry, I better rephrase that. The higher level you play it on, the more souls there are available for you, but I don't know if that's on collection or when you actually deposit them, because there's definitely some kind of multiplier going on the different difficulties. I haven't worked it out exactly yet, I will do. Now, this is the other problem with turning traitor right at the start of the game, is if that guy's alive, he would need to be dealt with as well. Do note any damage that you take in this part will not be healed for when you go into the main game. Let us pray. Right, sorry, now that I've got that out of the way. Don't think anybody else came in. No, they didn't. Yeah, nice one, Kicking. We'll see you when you get back. So, for those of you who are looking at this game and wondering what the hell is going on and what this even is, this is a very good FPS roguelike shooter. I mean, most games are FPS in virtual reality. So, a couple of things that I can tell you from the get-go. One of the easiest ways to die in this game is not being prepared for what you are stepping out into. If you get close to this door, you can see a lot of these. Hello, Steel. I don't think that's weird, is it? That's a decent amount of views for the amount of subscribers, right? Think so. So, getting close to this door allows you to look and see. Hello, Liz. Look and see what's going on. So I can see immediately as we step through here, these guys won't be active. That might have cleared up a little bit as well. The closer, there's a sweet spot. There's a sweet spot that you can get so you can see what's going on. So I can see two guys there. Can't see anything off to the right. Can't see anything off to the left. Now, one of the other things that I found that you can do as well is you can actually teleport through these bits. Not on all levels, but on some. This is a great way to stop you getting absolutely rinsed the moment you come through this gate, if you can see decent cover to jump into. Be mindful of the bear traps, obviously, but we can go all the way over here. Straight in, away from those guys, and they won't get activated the moment we come in. Yeah, I've got over 1,000. Anything over 1,000 subscribers at this point, Steel, is just a vanity project. 1,000's what gets you the. Oh, he says about not activating them, and there's wolves up there. Yeah, anything over 1,000 is kind of in the vanity project realms. Oh, look at me, I've got so many subscribers. It's the 1,000 that's important, because that's when you get monetized. So let's see if we can jump up and deal with this guy quick. So bear in mind, again, we are on the sniper class, but we've got the Gewehr. There is another way to get this. The way that I just did is probably the simplest. Now, I'm not saying that the sniper is bad, and I'm not saying that the sniper class is not good. But I like to put weight. I am from a school of firepower that instructs putting a lot of rounds downrange. I like the assault class in this game, I really do. Very overpowered. think I just heard... Hang on, 2 seconds. Hello, Slaying. What's a glitch? The subscribers thing? Yeah, I agree. Hello, Slaying. What, the jumping through that? Possibly, but hey, we'll make use of these things. There's another one that I read about earlier, which, if it's not known, I don't know, it could trivialise the game a little bit, so I'm hesitant to show it off. It's not something that I use. You might want to if you're struggling. It's something that might help. I suppose get these things used whilst they're going. So, for those of you who are wondering what I'm doing, first-person shooter. Oh, cheers, Blue. First-person shooter, roguelike. The guts of this game, the interesting part to me. The gun mechanics are very good. The firefights that you can get into, taking cover, making use of your environment, very cool. Like, exceptional, in fact. The gunplay is very good in this. My favourite feature is this card system where you actually have to make choices. Now, that one's not a bad card. I do like that they're all holographic. You can turn them on their side to get more detail from the cards. That's not a bad one if we were planning on getting hit or taking damage. I ain't planning on doing that, but I suppose nobody ever is. This one is quite good, but it's blessed next shot after enemy kill. I don't like things that are kind of temporary. If that was 10% chance of a blessed hit every shot, I would take it. So those two aren't particularly good. It is worth noting as well that there is a ranking system of these cards. These are 1-star cards. They go up to 3, I believe. So out of these choices, they're all quite garbage, but we're going to go for this because we're trying to level up the class, so more bonus, more souls when we collect them, basically, which is good. The other thing that I would say as well is avoid... Ooh, excuse me. Whoa. Avoid picking up these until you have finished the level. That'll become apparent to anybody who has healed with a medikit that they have before picking all of these up. So you should really, I think, leave them until the end. Another thing, because I don't think you get to see them quite as often, these dark crystals are actually enemy spawn points. They will spawn as I kill more things within the level. Worth knowing. Ooh. Talking of worth knowing, there's something I haven't done. Bear with. Almost missed it. There we go. So the other thing as well is I've got lots of bits and pieces to show off on this game, and lots of bits and pieces and things that I've come across. If anybody is struggling with anything, if anybody wants some advice or help or tips or tricks with anything in specific, I'm here. Shout it out. Ask. And the other thing, as I always say, is no question, as long as it's to do with the game, is a bad question. You ask. There's a big thing where there are people that won't ask because they might be a little bit embarrassed. You might be doing them a favour by asking as well. As I said, no embarrassment as far as questions on games on this channel is concerned. So, ask away. I have... Slaying, don't spoil it. Yes, I have, and it's truly terrifying. I'm still trying to work out exactly what the conditions are, because I've seen it where the door is open, and that's like, ooh, that's definitely got a Slenderman coming through at the end. And then I've had it where the door's closed, and they just bust open. It's absolutely cool as hell. I really do enjoy that feature. So... But yes, it's something to look out for. Yeah, they're not easy enemies either. Especially when you encounter them, it's usually on these starting levels, which is when you are at your weakest. It's one of... So, I'm trying to be careful here because there's crystals about the place. Ideally, what I want to do... is I want to kill people, but keep an eye on where those crystals are, because it's those things that will get me damaged. And I am really looking forward to them adding trigger to Cheeky. I'm looking forward to them adding trigger for that action. So the other thing that I was thinking we might do tonight as well is, if I've got chance, I'll do a sun run for you guys, which is kind of like the end game content. I haven't, in my opinion, got a class to where it needs to be before you attempt that. So, but apparently during the sun runs there is an end point. I've been told it's 20 levels, and I'm really enjoying I shouldn't pick that up. I'm really enjoying the sun run content. It's really good. It's just more combat and getting to play your classes at top level. It's very cool. That'll be these guys in here. Ooh. Say that again. I was listening intensely. Got shot. Hello, Funtronic. Not yet. The sun run is. The sun run's behind you when you start Norb. I'll show you later. I'm Pistolet. Yes, you can. You're quite right with the Pistolet. That's the one reason why doing the whole traitorous play at the start with a class, so that you can get the Gewehr straight away for whatever class. It doesn't work with the Pistolier, but as you quite rightly said, the Pistolier has a unique mechanic in that you can dump mags and then reload with almost like an after the fall kind of animation, just this whole putting to pouch, which is nice. So, someone has asked me, as it happens, Funktronic, to show a headshot only run. Now, I'm accurate with the bow. Don't know about with the guns, but I do have a good idea on how you could cheese that, in that, well, you don't need to kill anything in a level to complete a level, which then means the only thing that you would need to headshot is bosses, and then that just comes down to cranking it on easy so you don't have to do too many headshots, and cheesing the achievement, which we'll do at some point. No, he's... Yeah, Assault is a very good class. Assault is a very good class. Assault is a very, very good class, and definitely one that I would say you should be able to go through the game on easy, normal, even potentially on very hard. Without having to upgrade it. Without having to upgrade anything about the class. Which then means that you can... Oh, you little bugger. Oh, it doesn't matter, we've got loads of health at this point. Which, let's get a bit closer, shall we? We've got that other big boy to deal with as well. Which then means with the Assault class, you can use those points on other things. There's a bloody bear trap there. Oh, there's a bear trap here. When you're grey, you wait. Don't bother peeking. Don't bother trying to engage. You wait. One of the things to note is it doesn't matter what your life is, you can always take one more hit. If you are in that grayscale vision, that's you last hit regardless. God, our weapon is still weak as piss at the moment though. Damage. Love to get some damage. That's an unfortunate position of the life bar. God damn it. Can't even see that guy to shoot him. See if we can get another position. Let's go round, shall we? stowing your weapons allows you to move locomotion-wise a lot faster. Oh, that's a point. Tell you what, that might help my tracking if I put my that on. So another thing to try and convince everybody that I'm losing lots of life on purpose here is if you get a level that is particularly good for souls and loot, dying actually resets everything within the level, which then means that you can pick it all up again, which can be very useful early on for kind of out-economying the game. So again, we'll take cover here until this grayscale disappears. Peeking at this point is dangerous. I should probably retreat as well, but I don't think I'm in too much danger here. But waiting until this grayscale finishes off, then re-peeking, at least means you're not going to insta-die on the next shot. And we are playing it on normal with a very low-powered weapon. Should really be playing a sniper. But this is the whole point, is to help you get past the sniper, or at least start leveling up the sniper. Oh, you've jumped. And as Funkatronic has pointed out though, if we do go for headshots, you will do more damage. I will do a dual pistol run. Thing is, I do the dual pistol run single pistol. It feels very James Bondy as well. It's very cool. So this is part and parcel of the reason why I say don't pick up anything until you've done everything, because we don't know what we're going to get item-wise from all of these boxes and from all of these bits and pieces. On a lot of occasions, I do it all the time. You'd think, right, I'm low on life, use the medikit. I guarantee you, the time you do that, one of these that you pick up will be the heart that increases your max health and then heals you. So it's then a waste of a potential resource that you could have for later. We've also got some not so good magic to use. Never mind. So pick all of these up. Try and get plenty of ammunition. It is well worth combing the area over after you have finished everything for loot. The draw distance, especially on the quest, as we know, is not so great. So it is worth checking in those nooks and crannies, because there is often stuff. Lots of cool stuff. You want to out-resource and out-economy the game. We want to be able to get to that first shop and pretty much be able to buy anything that we want. See, Into the Radius has definitely got the feels. I prefer the gunplay on this game, I think. But again, there's still some elements that we are missing on this that I believe has been updated for the Steam version and is coming very soon. I myself find the back end of the rifle I have to hold higher than what I should. So, but again, these sort of things, to be able to adjust them in the settings, are coming. But yeah, having said that though, Into the Radius has got some very solid mechanics in it. Ooh, 2. Good, good. I also see a lot of people saying that they're running out of ammunition as well. Now, I'm not doing a great job of making the most out of my hits. One of the things that I will say is the closer you are, with most weaponry, I think, the more damage you do. I don't think that's true on the sniper. But like, for instance, doing those shots at distance was doing a lot less than when they were close. But you've also got the ability, you've also got the fact that a lot of these are wearing that purple armor stuff. And I think there are hitboxes for that that reduce the enemy's damage from that. Oh, this isn't very good for loot, is it? Now, again, I should use this, but, you know, we're just doing some leveling up. Don't need to, really. At least there's no big guy coming out of the gate. So yeah, again, life is kind of inconsequential as long as you make sure you are never putting yourself in a situation where you can be hit more than once at a time. Which means, as Norb said, this game is fantastic in its gunplay and the cover mechanics. Yes, that's quite right. Hello Roger, welcome to the channel, and yes, that is quite right. That is a really good ammo saving technique. The one thing that I will say is some of the guns are a bit, well, they've got enhanced recoil out of the wazoo. So let's have a quick look and see what we can see. So there's no guys over here on the left, guys on the right rather, guys on the left. So we're going, oh, we did cross through there, never mind. We're going over here so we can take stock of the situation. And the whole point of doing this is so that we don't get absolutely swarmed with no cover, which is very easy to do. I have been told that, again, this is something they're addressing. They're aware that as you come out the gates, you can get absolutely dogpiled. I like it. I like it. Well, hey. Right, let's chill down here a second. Using your teleport to get out of the way is the fastest thing that you can do. You should really, in an ideal world... Uh-oh, let's go back down. In an ideal world, what you should do is use your teleport. Are you going to peek? Peek me one time, Johnny boy. Uh-oh. That was almost troublesome, wasn't it? Ideally, what you want to do in an ideal scenario is use your... Has that got some extras? Probably. Use your locomotion to do the fine adjustments and the fine getting you into position, and then using real life body movement, which I haven't really done a lot of yet, but I will be, to peak, and then using teleport for pretty much everything else. A lot of the enemies, if you are quick enough, i.e. the ones that haven't got armor, you don't need to really take cover as long as you're in that sweet spot range where you can drop them in a couple of hits. Well, hey. So let's see what we've got left. Guy there. So another... Ooh. Just really check our ammo condition before we start doing things, pushes like that. Trying to engage a lot of the enemies. They are all right-handed riflemen, as most ammunition, as most rifles are designed to be, in that they eject their ammunition out this way. Because most enemies are right-handed, you want to try and engage them on the opposite side of what I just did. Try and demonstrate. So being on the right-hand side of them isn't ideal, being on their left. So ideally we want enemies to be fighting us so that they have to do this, so that they are exposing maximum amount of body. Oh, that's a big boy there. Oh, he wants some. Why is he off the map? Oh no, he's not off the map. Oh god, well, he's going to need dealing with. What ideally we want to do is engage enemies in a way so that they are doing this and giving plenty of body for us to shoot. Ideally. What are you saying? I mean, even better, we'll have them in no cover. Letting them move to and patrol to areas as well is a good idea. And running like a sissy little girl when they're getting to the point where they might try and push your shit in, there's no shame in it. It's what I would do. I'm not being as efficient with my ammunition as I should be, but there are plenty of things about the place that we can pick up. Now, this guy, these big boys are definitely a problem. if you engage them too close. So, we'll play the game and engage him nice and far away. Where have you gone? That's not ideal. You have the ability to teleport. You have the ability... What is he doing? We need to kill him. Oh, that's not good. Where you go? We're gonna start needing these. Probably finish him off with a pistol. Save a little ammo. You can wait. You can wait. He's kind of trapped, so he can't move in on as much, I don't think. Let me just see what Funkatronics was saying about ideas. Hope to make any weapons sizzle and deal damage over time. That I like, actually. Oh, he is coming. Yeah, I like the... I'd like to see a class where you've maybe start out with something rubbish and then have the ability to bless enemy weaponry. I think that would be quite cool. And like change it. That could be the class's special ability. Change it from an enemy weapon to a weapon of your own, like a normal one, so you get rid of all the rubbish. Oh, hello. You've been unfortunate. Worth praying to these. It's more souls and more collectibles, so always worth it. Now, these guys need to take headshots because they've got a lot of life. I suppose it's worth talking about as well. Those pins underneath the life bar is how many full life bars they have. So one of the things I will say as well is I don't often find myself aiming actually down the sights. I kind of eyeball it, and when I start getting headshots, leave it there. The problem with this sort of game is setting yourself up into a decent position and having a firefight. Yeah, that's fine. You've got plenty of time to look down the iron sights and scope out your target. But there are times when you need to have that peripheral vision as well. There's two ways you can do that. You can try and fire your tracers and eyeball your shots in, which allows you to keep both eyes open, or whilst you are aiming, a skill that you could be trying to develop is whilst you are aiming, keeping both eyes open. It is very discombobulating, but you do get used to it. Keeping both eyes open whilst trying to aim is a skill to be practiced. Sometimes you can't do it all the time, and it's quite difficult with scopes, and especially snipers as well. I never need those, so I just get rid of them. So now we need to case the joint, see if there is anything that we need to be picking up. Now, there is a situation here where I will use one of my medikits. Definitely want to keep these because these field deployables really help out on bosses. They make bosses trivial. So if you... and they're not even that bad to find. These sell for good money. These sell for double what the red grenades do. In fact, I think this is one of, other than attachments and charms, and obviously sidearms, this is one of the best things to sell. Yep. Same sort of thing. Yeah, for me, a lot of the scope thing is... I do agree, Slane. The thing that I find a lot of the time is I'm finding that I have to raise my hand, my back hand, higher than I feel like I should. My... can I... hang on, let me... Right, so that would be crosshairs lined up. If I now let go... this hand is too high. It should be here. Now again, I know those fine adjustments are coming, but it's like that should be natural. but that is not the iron sights lined up. And for those of you, I could spend ages going through marksmanship principles because this game does use them. In that, like, you know, lining up this sight, lining up those two white lines with the white line at the end, and then putting your enemy within that target aperture, within that image. That's aiming. No. Hello, dude. How we doing? Hello, mist, and welcome to the channel. Now. So I heard that somebody said, I can't remember who it was, said, want to see me do a pistol run. I think you'll be very disappointed with how I do pistol runs, if I'm honest. I do like the pistol, though. So I believe Twilight is probably the most powerful thing in the game. See, I mean, I'm happy to play with and against people, and I know everybody is going to be asking for cooperative in this game, but I think it's like IDU, and it'd be nice, but I don't think this sort of game suits it. Hello, Momity. I haven't had any problems. Again, pistols, I kind of eyeball them. Hang on, let me just read that. I get tracking issues with the back controllers too high. Yeah, this is why when I'm aiming, I'm actually finding that I've got an anchor point on my chin, and then that I can keep everything reasonably lined up and then shoot that way. And it's it feels a bit strange. So, for those of you who aren't aware, because this can be a bit confusing because it doesn't say, Sunstrike, anything in relation to Sunstrike is in relation to the Sunstrike wand that you can get. These cards can make the Sunstrike wand incredibly powerful. It's supposed to be for marking enemies, but you can do quite a lot of damage with it, and magic is there to be used. What I have on this class is the power field, and as good as it is, again, it's not something that I would buy into on that. I don't think it is convenient. By the time you've done that, set it all up and got ready, it is good with the actual sniper rifle for dropping enemies in one. Just feels like it's a bit too much setup for me. Soul Echo, 20% next shot blessed after damage. Now that is good and is 2-star if you are consistently hitting your shots, but again, this is only a chance. As far as this one's concerned, 10% slow per Twilight stack. Now, I believe the moment you pick up one of these cards, you get the ability. So if we pick this card up, regardless of what it says, if it's in relation to Bless, you are then getting the Bless ability. With these ones, once you pick them up, you are then starting to get Twilight. Twilight is very good because as long as you are hitting your shots, you are stopping the enemy returning fire. So I would always, with any, I can't think of any build that would not benefit from pushing heavy into Twilight. The Paralyze one is almost as good. Paralyze stops them dead for a little while, whereas Twilight slows them just so much that it can make a lot of your firefights trivial, or at least buy you the time so you don't need to be quite as careful with taking cover and doing various bits and pieces. And again, you're probably not seeing me do this enough, but I'm kind of sticking to routes that I've already come into so I don't sideshow bob myself into multiple fucking bear traps, which is always a thing. One thing that I really like, when you are holding an item, you can just pull trigger to smash it, or throw it into another for extra efficiency. Little things. The little things like that. Always check the boles of these trees. They often have little carved out areas which, unless you look all the way around them, you will miss. Again, out economying this game is one of the keys to success. You can make your character so powerful, ridiculously powerful, by the time you get there. Nice one indeed. Did you say you got a stream on tonight? I didn't see one. Grenades. Mate, I don't even use grenades. Grenades are to be sold. This, I'll show you the value. Basically, this is worth double the price of a deployable or first aid. First aid, we want to use. Deployables, we want to use. Keys, we definitely want to use. Grenades, I don't throw because I can't get consistent results out of them, and they're a finite resource, and more important than all of that. Oh, no worries. I'll set something up for a raid then when I get a minute. Yeah, and plus as well, anything where you have to throw things in games. God, it just doesn't work in VR. Echo's kind of got it right, but even in Echo, you're not throwing, you're skimming. But anyway, we won't talk about Echo. So, we've got it on normal. See if we can work it out. $6,239. So that was a little bit more. In fact, yeah, well, now I think sticky grenades would just be another kind of grenade. I'd imagine they'll do a grenadier class who has just like pouches going around the entire circumference of his body. And an increased grenade drop chance. I would hate that class. I really would. But hey, a class is a class is a class. Oh yeah, no, I get that. I get that. Yeah, I've done that in other games, definitely. So, and again, one of the beauties of, I didn't peek them, but I didn't see anything in the immediate. One of the beauties of when the game starts is, unless you start firing shots, a lot of the stuff. I've thrown controllers in so many games. Now, yeah, no, not throwing knives, thanks. What we might be able to do is we might be able to snatch that. Now, the problem with this level, or these levels, these next few, is that they're not going to be able to advance towards us, which then means that we need to be able to hit our shots quite long. So what I'm trying to do here is position myself in such a way where I've got cover, but I'm also restricting the view of other enemies. So I'm basically cutting this down into a one-on-one engagement, even though there's 3 alerted. And what I'm hoping to do, so notice how I fine adjusted myself using the locomotion stick, and now what I'm hoping to do is actually step out in real life, take some shots, and retreat. And make things nice and easy. Not doing so great on ammo. So that's one dealt with, and I would always go for the highest one. It's also worth noting as well, different enemies fire different amounts of bullets on their little red flash. So like for instance, that guy's got an M3, which I think fires in bursts of 4, whereas the guy behind him has got a rifle, which fires in bursts of 2. These are... oh... These things are all worth knowing, so that you can judge when you want to peek and when you don't. Now, I don't think he can shoot us from there. No. Or, at the very least, he can't hit us. Oh yeah, change of position, eh? Now, problem is, this isn't ideal, because this could take a lot of ammunition to actually get him. So we're probably going to have to move out a little bit. That's not going to work out so well, and our ammunition situation is not looking so hot. But we've got a pistol. Hey, let's give this a try. Maybe I'll learn to love it. So again, I know I took a hit, but again, maneuver, wait for shots, step back in again, and I'm literally taking small side steps in real life as opposed to doing anything with the locomotion stick. Problem is, the locomotion stick can be quite sensitive and push you out a lot further than you want to be, so taking steps is a better idea. Now, when you find one of those and you haven't completed the level, avoid picking it up. We'll come back for that later, which then means that we have a full heal that doesn't involve us using any of our resources. We've still got enemies to kill. Oh, look, a sorcerer. Brilliant. Really? Come on. Well, there's only a few souls, but still. That's nice. Now, remember what I said about selling. Keys take priority because keys will potentially get you items that are a lot better sell potential, or get you cards. Cards we like because cards mega upgrade to character. So one of the things that I would say is the cards that you can get during a run will often trump anything that you can do as far as weapons and attachments. You can make some insanely good builds within the game. Yeah, no worries, Slane. Thank you for joining us. See ye soon. Ooh. He's a wizard, Harry. Now, wizards work a little bit differently. They are definitely a priority target. Reason being is that they are unique in that they have the ability to heal others, which often means they want to be one of your first ones to take out. Now, this is a time where you would have to break my little rule of not picking up the souls of the slain. Reason being is because we're out of ammo and we kind of need some. So now we've got to go on the scrounge. That's a good amount of gold, though. Too many things. One of the other things that I think is quite important is when you... No, that's not a very good example. When you do find resources, be they health, ammunition, keys, things and bits and pieces that you can't take with you immediately or you were going to sort out later, put them on things. I think this will work. Yeah, put them on things so that you can easily see them. Just jumping them out and dropping them on the floor to pick them up later is all well and good, but if you can't see them, then you might miss them. There's another wizard, come on. God, this is only on normal. So, let's see if we can get that wizard dealt with. Because we haven't got an awful lot of ammunition. Where'd he go? Want that. Different colours of these denote rarity. That's lovely. I mean, it's not very good for us. Maybe we'll get one of those later. There was definitely a wizard up here. Where'd he go? Hello, Echoing. Now, this is very risky, but don't really need to worry about taking damage at this point because I've got so many health items in the level that I can kind of afford to be quite reckless. What we're worried about at the moment is ammunition. And what have you got for me? Oh, lovely. Lovely. Always, regardless of whether you were going to use them or not, always add the attachments. They're just straight up more damage. This one, you can find out exactly how much by whilst you're holding it, pressing and holding. What am I holding? X, I think that is in this hand. Or... never do know what the buttons are. B or Y in the hand. And it will give you more description. More damage, always good. But again, with how the game works... Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Have you had a chance to play this yet? I don't even know. Yeah, let us know how you get on with it. Video incoming, I hope. So, I know you've like me, you've got too many games to play. No, that's right, mate. Dude, no worries. You're here now. It's all good. Now, let's see. Again, these mountainous levels. It's worth having a little peek around. There are a lot of little drops, a lot of little platforms, a lot of little things on the outside edges and also behind these pillars where we might be missing resources and gold. Again, all of this can actually help your ammo situation as well. Don't think we've missed anything here, but it's worth having a double check. You know, we're not on the clock. The one thing we can take with us is this. Money-wise, this trumps this. Blue grenades are worth, I think, 74. Health packs are worth 35. So blue grenades all the way. We've got full health. And as much as it pains me to do this, because I don't want the enemy using it now, do I? We operate, on this channel, we operate a scorched earth policy. If I ain't having, nobody's having it. Except, of course, if there was a donation point, and then obviously you might as well donate it to somebody, because you might help somebody out. Again, ooh, 30, I think, 30, 35, 74. I'll activate them as well and chuck them. Why not, eh? Now, not only do these full heal, but they also increase your max. This is a big part of the game. You want to be getting those at every opportunity you get, because the more health max you have, the more shots you can take before you die. It's an important mechanic. It's also worth checking around these graves. And making sure you check round the backs of them, because there's often gold. And thank you very much, Jacob. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the channel. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for your kind words. I'm definitely planning on playing a lot more of this. I find this a very easy game to play whilst chatting, which is obviously a good combo. Now, I've come across some levels. A lot of these levels look similar. This one in particular, I found that one of the best ways to approach it is a way that is a bit of a roundabout way. There's a lot of these dark crystals, which means that we've got a lot of enemies that are going to descend on us from interesting angles once the killing starts. So I want to make sure that I am in a position to be able to help myself when the killing starts. Now, what I can also do, I don't want to shoot back because I don't want to alert matey who's up there at the moment, but what I'll see I am trying to do here is I want to close the distance on these guys before I start shooting them and be aware of where the dark crystals are. So ideally, I want to kill this guy and move and take his spot. Like... oh dear. Well, that's unfortunate. It's a bit too much. It's a bit too much on the mapping. This is a bit further out than what it should be. If you can see that, my rifle's not going past it, which is why the bullets are impacting on a surface when it's actually in the middle of nowhere. So we're still alright for now. You do hear the crystals crack, and it is quite loud. So you'll usually get the opportunity to spin about on the spot. Let's take that guy out first. So we heard a crystal smash, but that's over there, so that's all good. Let's take that guy out. That one's behind us. And if you don't keep your eyes and your ears and make sure you are in a reasonably good position, you can quite easily get swarmed at this stage. That's not the most efficient of reloads. I'll hop across here. And again, for those of you who are regulars to my channel, I never say slow and steady wins the race. But in this situation, slow and steady very much wins the race. So again, fine movement. Peak with step as opposed to stick, I think is very important. God, ammunition. I don't think I've ever been so low on ammunition in all my life. I think I might have to start using some of these, you know? Just to make sure we don't run out. There's plenty of souls. That, as I said before, I've said don't use those until you have completely finished a level. There's no real reason to start picking them up any earlier. But in situations where you're starting to get low on ammunition, you might have to. So let's give this... What is this? Oh, it's another Gewehr. Let's get this garbage enemy Gewehr a run for its money. So again, fine positioning. Cover. Note the recoil on this one as well is absolutely massive in comparison. I almost didn't hear that one. Shots we got left, 5. Hello, LJ. Ooh. Good man. Ah! Oh, sorry, Mike LJ. I didn't hear the first bit. Hello, dude. Good entrance. I got killed. So... Now, one of the things that does happen with the dark crystals, again, was I using it as an example? Was it on purpose? It wasn't on purpose. We are now at a state of play where I believe each of the crystals that we've activated will now stay activated, which then means that we can kind of do the level in a little bit of a different order. We do need to go and get our... We do need to pray to that sooner rather than later. But for now, let's just try and get a few more of these enemies down. We'll get round to that eventually. Now, one of the things that is good here is, and I may even get that and die again to use my last life in this area, because there are a lot of enemies around, and this is all worth extra souls. Can we get over there? Not that way. Now we can. There we go. So let's position ourselves... Definitely do with some more ammunition. This may be one of the drawbacks of nicking an ally's Gewehr for the sniper class at the start. Yet to be seen, untested. I think that's a red one. One of the other things to note as well is if we leave this level, you will lose your souls. So we are at a stage now where we could progress. We could just go through here. Oh, that isn't, is it? Oh, it bloody is. Shit. So, oh no. Oh, it's all going wrong. Light Brigade. It's easy until it's really not. Oh, you're on my side. That's good news. Hopefully I can get you to do some work. Now... Oh, you bugger. It's just going up for a simple conversation. Oh, is he laser beaming from there? Well, this is a bit nasty. Or this could be run ending right here, that big guy. So, one of the things to note here... Ah, you're all good, mate, no worries. The damage that I'm taking here is almost borrowing the damage that I could take in my next life / other form. So let's just pretend that that was all part of the plan. So that I don't die here, that's probably a good idea. These things don't refresh straight away either. You have to either look away from them or move your hand to get them to refresh. Now, where am I being shot from? Definitely a machine gunner who's definitely spotted me from really, really far away. Now, remember what I was saying about the whole lives thing? Ideally, this is why you know I didn't do it on purpose, is ideally we want to raid every single box, smash every single pot, do everything before we die and restart. That way we're getting the most out of the old resources. I'm surprised I didn't alert them actually. I think we've got a decent amount of ammo now. Let's see about... where have they all gone? There they are. So, we'll have a quick scan. Oh, actually, matey wanted to give us something, didn't he? Let's go and collect our gift and our card now that everything's calmed down a little bit. Why is there a shop here? So, this is part of the reason why you make sure... I think that's the first time I've seen a shop mid-level. This is why you make sure you scrimp and save and take every piece of coin that you can find, because we can now have anything that we want. I want this. I want this. That's quite useful. Should make the game reasonably trivial now. Charms are well worth using. This, if I'd have waited until I'd completed the level, would have saved us having to use a med kit. But we're going to grab it anyway, but we might as well leave it for a little bit later. I hope you're going to... Can I sell you this? Or have you not brought your wishing well? You haven't brought your wishing well, have you? So one of the things that you can do with these that are extras, because I've just got a homing one, you can put them in a pouch slot. These are better than blue grenades. It is always worth taking charms and attachments for weapons with you to the pool after the end boss to sell. You can sell your pistol, but you then lose the ability to, in essence, put an extra charm, an extra sight, and an extra barrel. So that's the equivalent of 3 slots. So you sell your pistol if you're getting towards the end of the game, or you absolutely have to, and it's necessary, because a lot of the time you're not going to need it. Now, we'll be back for a soul container from you later. In the meantime... Now, that big boy over there, this could be a very slow process, but it will save us ammunition and do more damage. Firing these homing shots is almost like a guaranteed headshot, and all we've got to do... Yeah, 12 magic, and then the headshot damage as well, which that's 25 damage a shot. All we've got to do is wait 13 seconds, and we can use it again. And this is another way to very effectively save ammunition. Yeah, I know, right? Don't forget the things that you don't forget, or you shouldn't forget. I've forgotten so many things in this game. Really annoys me. And I think this is worthwhile doing. Now that I've got that homing charm, it's going to kind of trivialise things a little bit, I think, because you can just stay out of range and do this. Should you? Yeah. If you're min-maxing and you're going for levels, as I am, why not? Let's put a couple of shots in you just to get you finished up. Nope. Because we aren't actually doing so well. There we go. And that should get us a nearly different... hello, O'Brien. Robberin, and yes, sorry, I didn't catch the name earlier. It does home very aggressively on the closest enemy. So this isn't Divine Sights level of homing, it is quite good. The problem that you can find is if there are enemies that you can't see. So, for instance, say there was enemies down here and they were a little bit closer, that shot may go for them instead of where I want it to. We'll speed things up a little bit, though, because we've got decent cover. And these guys shouldn't be too difficult to take out. But again, make use of it. Don't even need to aim it. Oh, terrible shot. See, now that I've got this red dot, it does make aiming a little better. It's obviously better than the iron sights. Aiming shot for you. Lovely. So one of the other things that you can do to keep yourself at maximum efficiency whilst you are doing what I'm doing, because we're waiting 13 seconds of time to do this, loot. You're going to have to do it at some point. So we'll reactivate that, fire a shot off at him, and go and get all of the things and stuff that we've missed earlier whilst we're waiting for it to refresh. And then once it refreshes, we'll have another shot. Now, I'm all up for the aggressive playstyle and killing enemies and doing, you know, going mad at it. You'll see that in the pistol class. However, with that homing charm, you're literally doing extra damage by waiting. So by being patient, we're almost doubling the damage that we're doing to enemies. What does that do? That saves us ammunition. That's worthwhile taking the time to do. Very much so. Is there any more over here? Yes, there is. Cheeky boy. Oh, because I haven't got any ammunition. Like, Divine Sight would have done some circles, whizzed around a little bit, and then planted itself in a wall. Not these homing shots, they are pretty aggressive. And again, it's this slowly approach, he says, as he walks straight into an enemy that's shooting through the crystals. Cheers. Food in the face hole. Hey. Now, where's that one? Ooh, down there. That was not a good teleport. I'd love to say that was by accident, but it really wasn't. Let's try and use up some pistol ammo. Now, another thing to note, you can use the charm on the pistol by one of two methods. Pressing the top button on the hand that you are holding it on, or the trigger button on the other hand if you are bracing the pistol. Which, again, if you have charms, you should always use charms, because they're only going to give you either extra damage, easier shots, or a combination thereof. God, when that's on trigger, I'm going to be so happy. So you can see that we're collecting, well, a reasonably decent amount of souls here. There's no reason for us not to get this back, so we'll do that now. And then again, what I'm thinking is with this, we'll go as far as the first boss, which isn't far off. And then I think someone said they wanted to see the pistol class, so we'll do that for a bit. I do like playing the pistol class, it feels very James Bond. Plus I need to get some level ups on it as well. Red grenade, now we have got a space, so we might as well take it with us, but that will be the first one to go. Ideally I want another key, that'd be lovely. I should be so lucky. And as you can see, there's probably an enemy over there. That is first to go. I will leave these here. We haven't got any healing items on us at the moment, so that would be a bit of a priority. However, I am a whore when it comes to money in these sort of games, and I always want to have more than I possibly need. The reason being is because I don't like having to make decisions. Or, I do like having to make decisions, however, I'd rather be able to forego those decisions and have fucking everything. Which is why I make a point of having as much money as possible. In this game, you also have the benefit of the more efficient a looter you are, and the more efficient you are with your selling, you can get to the point where you can actually benefit other players, which is a very cool feature. In that if you've got more money, then you know what to do with. See how he was closer and the homing shot went that way? Now we're going to have to take cover here. He's got an advantage on us, but we've kind of got an advantage on them, because all I've got to do is hold this, fire that up and we'll win eventually. It's only a matter of time, and this is efficient ammunition-wise. So yeah, what I was saying about the whole money thing, the more money you have, you will get to a point where you don't need to buy anything else. Is money then useless? No, you can use it to help out other players. You dead? Yes, you dead. Next. Come on. We'll peek him in a sec. But again, efficiency-wise, would demand that, you know, we're doing almost double damage per shot just by waiting a few seconds. And definitely not missing. That's a good thing. Again, though, fine adjustments. Good old sandwich. They're also, I don't think they're guaranteed headshots, but depending on how you fire the bullet, you can kind of alter the trajectory. We're actually doing much better on the ammo side here, so let's try and... Where's that? I swear I just heard someone moving around behind us. Ding, ding. Now, there are some circumstances I'm having to duck here, so it makes it a lot more difficult to be able to peek. So you might have to use the stick in that situation. Ding! There we go, sorted. Not sorted. Don't go strolling around the level like it's completed. Never do that. God, this is a tough old boy. You sure this was on normal? It feels like it's on a lot higher setting than normal. To be fair, we haven't had great cards yet. There are times as well, so know how this guy is firing from his right side, which means that, I was saying earlier, I can peek him and you guys can see pretty much all of his body. He's unable to hit me, and I peek him a little bit more. I should be able to hit his head without fear of retaliation, because I'm using my cover well enough. That wasn't a very good homing shot now, was it? Again, manoeuvring yourself into positions to make your fight a lot easier. Now, if that doesn't happen an awful lot, the reason why it happened on that guy is because he made the mistake of jumping down to somewhere where he can't maneuver. Good for us, bad news for him. Your soul is mine. As is your money. So, now, for the purposes of... Hello, Mikey. Good man. You're going to love this. You really are. This, right, so charms are worth taking over blue grenades. We've already filled up our slot on our pistol. So you basically do things in an order of value. And as you get better items, you get rid of the things that you don't need. Basically. We'll probably get some more and have some other decisions to make. We like decisions. We'd like to be able to smash those decisions and not have to worry about them. So, if I wanted to spend some extra time here and get a lot more in the way of souls, look at this, we're already on 10k, which for normal mode is actually pretty good. Now, if I wanted to get another probably 4 or 5k on that, with opportunities to get more money and potentially more items and cards, I could purposely jump onto traps until I die. That will then reset all the enemies in the level. It will also reset all the pots and the crates and all these good things. And it's doing things like that that can make it so that you rock up to the first shop, don't even have to sell anything, and have enough money to buy absolutely everything. Out economy in games works big time. We know this from games like Into the Radius, and it works here. And then if you don't always have to stick to that. You don't need that amount of money. Hell, later on in the game when you start doing upgrades, you're getting more money for your characters anyway. If you play like this, you don't need those money upgrades until the very last thing, which means you can concentrate on the things that will help you more, i.e. weapon upgrades, damage, cooldown on spells and prayers and various bits and pieces. I remembered! So, if we have a look at Jude. Hey, Jude. Still got 1080 and we've still got another level to go. I will take that from you. And that was a +2. You can get +5s of those as well. So, by being like this in the earlier stages, making use of your lives, powering up your character along these lines, and not using your points for things as trivial as like money. Increasing starting money is good. Increasing the amount of money that you get from things isn't so great. Oh, it's already done the rocks, that's why. Increasing the amount of percentage of money that you get, you don't need. Increasing the amount of money you get from the start of the game isn't too bad because there are things that you can buy pre-run. So, now we've got 10,000. Notice 10,000, 4,800. I think I'll end up getting a level up here, even though the math is a bit off. Only just shy. That's because there is a multiplier that goes on top of this for difficulty, and we've also got one of the cards that does the same thing. Now again, if I wanted to really min-max this, I'd just go and flatten myself with traps. What I was saying earlier about the skill point side of things as well is, my recommendation is if you are not struggling with the game, or maybe even if you are struggling, oh, there was one bit I forgot to check. Maybe if you are struggling with the game, I think some of the best upgrades that you can go for are the ones that go across all classes, from the card lady, who I believe is called Dirty Prude. Dirty Prude? I know she's in the sewer. Dirty Prudence. Or Prudence to you and me. She's one of the best characters to go for because she upgrades everything. In particular, she upgrades two things that I think are very important. Card rarity and item rarity. Now, I think card rarity trumps item rarity. And the reason being is because rarer cards, more powerful a character. Yes, you can get some good attachments. Yes, you can get some good things to put on your weapons. Ultimately, the more cards you have, the better your character will be regardless of what's attached to your weapon. The attachments are good, cards can be better. The reason being is because the attachments, you can only have so many. Dirty girl in the sewers. I got it. Cheers, dude. You can only have so many attachments. You can have a gun sight, you can have a barrel, you can have a charm. That's it. And I think you can get this up to +6 if you are incredibly lucky. Oh, and the crystal as well, can't you? So you can get +6 on the crystal, +6 on the sight, and I think you can get another +6 on the muzzle end, and some effects as well, and the charm. However, so that's 3 reasonably powerful ones. Yeah, no worries. Hit the live button, dude, or go into settings and change the time to 2 times. That will get you up to press, as far as lagging side of things is concerned. So, cards-wise, though, there isn't a limit to the amount of cards that you can have. So you can just keep on getting more powerful and more upgrading. Now, damage is all well and good, but when you can stop enemies in their tracks... That was a really bad shot. Let's wait for him to get a little closer. That's not great shooting on our part. See if I can fire one of those around the corner at him. That's not great either. We need to get a bit closer. Now, again, more testing required, but I think where you hit an enemy, destroys the chunks of armor that are on him eventually, which is why you get your different numbers. Let's just test that. No, I didn't test it. Two, have one. That was bad. That was bad. Always teleport when you run away as well. Might as well use the charm because extra damage, extra skills, and why not? Now, where have you gone? There you are. Let's get you finished up first. Hello, weebs. Oh, I missed. Too close. So again, note how I am on this guy's... He'll end up hitting me here, I'm swearing. Notice how I'm on... This guy's rifle is here, fighting me, trying to shoot me through the wall. And I should, he says hopefully, be able to get shots on this guy, providing he doesn't move, without taking return. Not doing so great on the ammunition, but the boss is nigh, which is good. I mean, we're not doing too bad on ammunition. At least we've got some bullets in their hands and these to pick up. Now again, situation-wise, that's not really any good to us, so scorched earth policy. Don't want the enemy using it, so we'll get it rid. What are we saying here? Just the one guy? When they're walking away from you as well, it is always worth checking. Ammunition, that would help. I'll bet. Yeah, storms in our country are absolutely rubbish. In your guys' countries, they're no jokes. So again, note how I engaged him when his cover was on his right-hand side. One of the interesting things that you can do on this, and I'm not inclined to do it because it feels, as somebody who's fired weaponry before, it feels so wrong to put my face in the port of the projectile, in the ejection projectile of the magazine. The rounds eject out this way. To have my face here seems so weird, but it's not a bad, you know, we're in VR. Don't, you know, some rules are made to be bent, others broken. That's one of them, in that any weapon all of a sudden becomes left and right-handed, if you can pull it out with the right hand. But that's not a bad shout, to move the gun around the cover to the side that benefits you the most. Slicing the pie again, that's right. Hello, Doc. So, enemy boss-wise, we want to... So, that is quite a good clip. There's quite a lot of ammunition in that. We want a full clip because I want to try and put him down quick, and I know there's a lot of ammunition in there. Also remember that by having a round chambered, when you put a fresh clip in, will actually give you one more than the gun has capacity for, because you've already got one in the spout. We like that. Should be using this some more really, but I think it's more of a... I'm going to sell that and get a better one. So... what we're going to do here now, we're going to have to learn how to do this boss properly at some point in the future, but until our lovely dev team sorts it out, the best way is this. Fucking hit him. Is fight him from out here. Now, we haven't got an amazing ammunition scenario. That might be enough to do him, actually. Remember what I said about those old homing shots? And what I do is I just basically sit on these 2 pillars. Now, they are going to make it so that this boss, you have to go in there to take him out. But until they do that, I'll take him out this way. That's not going to do damage. So, the other thing with this is when he has that up and running, you need to destroy it before you can then continue to do him damage. Just like the second boss, he gets, well, it's not iframes, is it? But gets powered up from these things. I might have to take him, jump in there, do some damage in a minute. And the reason why we fight from back here is because we have all the advantages. We've got lots of distance between us and him, which means that we don't have to do anything fast or at speed to react to all of his projectiles. Even though they're quite fast, we can see them coming. Damn it. Oh, these are homing. Alright, okay. Homing not so good on this guy then. Now, we are getting a little low on the old ammo, so we'll dive in quick. Keep cover. Smash some of these up. Grab some extra ammo. Saves us a little bit of work because we're going to be coming back to do all this later, and then retreat back to our hidey spot outside. Again, we'll have to be a lot more clever with these strategies. I'll tell you about that whilst we're at it. That icicle thing needs to be destroyed before it gets to you. However, it can only travel so far. Because it can only travel so far, by being here, as long as you take a step back, it can't actually go far enough to hit you. So again, making the boss a little easier. Usually when he starts firing those, it's because he's on his last legs, and so you just want to start pumping rounds into him quick, sharp. They don't look bad. Again, it's one of the only bones of contention that I have with this game, is that I thought the art style, that's only got 1 round in it, I thought the art style would allow them to make everything clean and crisp as hell within what is in essence a mobile headset, although they still have struggled with it. You know, there's quite a bit of jagginess and so on. It does look nice. They've put detail into the things that need detail, but the things that don't have detail, you can't half tell sometimes. So, let's ammo up. Now, we want to go through here with a fine-tooth comb all the time for everything. Why? Well, if you're leveling up your character, destroying these crates is worth souls. Not very much, but again, doesn't actually take that many souls to level up. The reason why we mainly want to be doing this, though, is you will find that occasionally these will drop grenades. If you are not going into the shop with a full pouch of things, you're basically burning money. You're throwing money away. And a lot of the time, these actually contain... Have we got all the ammunition we can carry? Yes. Always make sure you leave the boss with a full clip as well. Again, silly not to. Draw distance. This is what I was talking about with the quest. Anybody who's got PC VR can tell me if it's any different. From here, I can't see the crates. There are, however, crates there. Can't see. Can't see. Get a bit closer. Can see. I don't think it is, and I know they're doing... You're quite right, Rubes, and I know that they're doing all the things with, like, space warping and such to push the most out of it. This is the main reason for destroying these as well. Grenades. And you'll get blue ones. These are worth, like, 74 gold. Worthwhile doing. I'm already full. I'm only interested in blue ones at this point. Well, to be fair, I'm not interested in anything. And the collector in me can't help themselves. Even though these are pathetic amount of souls that we're getting just for crushing crates, I'll do it. I love smashing these things. I don't know why. I'm not Hulk. This doesn't require any strength. But it's, I don't know, it's a very nice feeling. Smashing all the stuff. Yeah, nice one, dude. Yeah, it's... The thing is, as I've said before as well, I can whinge and complain about these things, but I'm not going to. The game's too good. Yeah, it definitely works in this game. And yeah, good one, Mitch. Well done. Yeah, well, the thing is, we shall see. The devs have promised a lot of support on this game. I mean, you know, move over IDU if they put a bow in and tidy things up a little bit. And add more. But, like, IDU doesn't seem to be doing anything anymore. I mean, I haven't seen any tournaments, nothing's coming up, nothing's being done. So there's definitely a gap for something like this. The thing is, I have seen people go, oh yeah, IDU killer. This, you know, this get much better than IDU. And the fact of the matter is, they're two different games. They're very different games. They have some similarities. Hello, Doge. They have similarities. They are both rogue games, but this is more of a roguelike than a roguelite. In Death Unchained is definitely a roguelite. There are some rogue features. This has got a lot. One of the big things with rogue games is that you have the ability to upgrade the game on the fly. Which one's that? +2. You can just press a button, the bottom button, to switch these. I would always go for a... Which one is it? Actually, I don't know. Is that the holographic? It is the holographic. Yeah, I'll go with the holographic. Again, we don't want to take a pouch slot up. However, we would get rid of this if we needed to. But this is why it's worthwhile. Come on. Behave. This is why it's worth keeping hold of the pistol if you don't need to sell it, because that and potentially a spare barrel is worth a lot more than dropping the crystal, and would take a lot of spaces up as well. Not doing well on cards tonight. This isn't bad, but the Soul's confusion ability doesn't last long enough for me. Basically what happens is at 5% health there's a chance that enemies will get hypnotized, putting them onto your side. They stay at your side either just long enough to die or outstay their welcome, you forget about them, and then they shoot you. We'll just have bonus souls. That sounds strange. So yeah, I'm just going to push into bonus souls because that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. The tarot cards are reasonably easy if you know what to go for. I would always say go for things that give you a percentage chance to do a thing, not with a condition. Those are the best ones. So ones that are like 20% Twilight on hit, or 20% Twilight with damage. Things that happen on a percentage basis every single time. After that, you want to be going for, and it's Twilight and Paralyze that I think are the best ones, just because they stop the enemy doing stuff. The other one, which is a bit of a no-brainer, is anything that just says more damage, and it's usually magical. I would say yes. I am biased, however. It's a very good game. For the $18.99 price point that they've put it at, I think you get a massive amount of content in this game. There's a lot, and they are adding more. On a value proposition basis alone, it is good value for money. Then throw on top of the fact that if you check at the top of the chat thing in the little pinned comment, I've got a 25% off it, you're then looking at like just over 15 quid, I think it is. Just under 15 quid. You know, again, even better value for money. There won't be any sales on this game, so feel free to use that code if the game does go on sale, which I can't see it happening because this will have sold quite well. I would imagine. That was a bad key throw. I do like this as well. How far can we get it? Hey. Can't throw in a VR game. Go! Yes! Did you see that, dude? Victory is mine. Thankfully, it homes in. I think, oh no, I'd agree. Right, that's the one that we want. I don't really care what my site looks like. I always want the one that gives you more damage, because more damage is what we want. So this, there's no other option, it's going in here. Now, one of the things that I found the other day, which I thought was quite funny, if you sell too many things at the same time, the gold starts flying off in all directions. You lose it. Don't allow that to happen. 300 gold for that one. I'm actually going to keep track of this as well, because I want to get this all documented as to what's best. 150 for that charm. Blue grenades. Good money. Well, reasonably good money. 74. And we're out. I don't want this. I'm not even using it. That can go in as well. Yeah, I think it's 18.99 in pounds. Let's get these off. So that should be 150, I think. Or is it? No, 300. So charms are worth... I'll work all of this out later. I think there's different values based on what they are, and also potentially their values. So let's see what we can get before we start wanting to make any decisions about our pistol, because we have had to use our pistol a bit. Now, I want either this one or this one, and I think we ended up picking a Sunburst card up. Let's have a quick look in our stats. Yes, Sun's Embrace. Nearby enemies are marked with Sun's Embrace and take an additional 4 physical damage. Cool. So I think, although these are low level ones, you can tell by the fact that they're blue and have the little 2 next to them, they're not particularly great. No. Right, what's that? Sun's Embrace. Okay, so there are cards that are geared towards Sun's Embrace. So it is looking like we're going to take a Sun's Embrace. Thank you very much. Good. That'll help our damage output. We are then going to... We definitely want the Crystal of War. More damage for an attachment slot on the side of our rifle. Bam. More damage. That's what you want. Now, Homing Shot Charm, I think... We've already got as good a one on there. We've already got as good a one on there, so we do not need to buy that one. And we've already got a better, these are +2s, and we've got a +4, so we don't need those either. We want the Soul Container if we can afford it. Ideally, I want to buy the cards from this, because more cards is always going to be better. That's one of the more rubbish ones. 10% chance for 1 second stun on kill. So that means that these start working after you kill enemies. You want things that kill enemies. Or that trigger on hit, not on kill. But we've got enough money to get everything that we want anyway. We want Bright because we've just picked that up. For the person who said that the cards are confusing the shit out of them, it's easy to do. Sun's Embrace is the big one that I found, is in relation to the Sunburst. Is in relation to that. I believe. I think it's the same symbol, isn't it? Yeah. Paralyze is great. What else have we got? We don't need that, but we'll take it if we have to. Soul Container. I do actually need that for the health top-up. Kaylin's promised me, or has said that you will be able to pray at that. I know I've put it in a video already. I jumped the gun on it. But you will be able to heal at that soon. But to be honest with you, I've never left the shop at anything less than full life, because I'd always buy those. So again, look how important it is that I've got lots of money. I haven't had to make decisions. I've been able to buy all the best stuff that I want, and then even then some. And I've still got plenty of resources. I'm going to take that because it's just an extra card. Might as well. I don't need anything else, but I do want to keep my money because we've got another shop coming up. Oh, I forgot to get these ones as well. More cards. 2 3-star rarities. This will be down to the fact that I have been dumping my points into Dirty Prudence, and as card rarity is concerned. Now, this one is very good. when purifying heal on soul purify, that means that when you get to the end of a level and you pop your hand to purify your souls, you will get 20 health back. Not bad. That one's a rare one. I would normally take that because it basically means that as long as you've got the end of the level in sight, you can get some souls, put your hand down, heal. Go back into the level, get some more souls, put your hand down, go back, put your hand down, heal. And just always leave anywhere where you can soul cleanse at full life. However, +5 bonus magic damage on hit is a complete no-brainer. It's a 3-star and it's purple. I think all 3 stars are purple. Always go for those. That is brilliant. That's not bad. This is much better. No worries, Ribeirão. We shall see you soon. So we'll have that one because we're now going to be doing absolutely ridiculous levels of damage to things. One other top tip that I would give you, because now that we've increased our damage, we're probably not going to need as much in the ways of ammunition. So we'll empty the pistol. We'll get rid of the pistol ammo. Each piece of ammunition that you toss in here is worth 10 coins. If we've got lots of ammunition, you might as well. I'm even going to get rid of a little bit of this, because I am an absolute penny pincher. I want to hear none of it if I end up running out of ammunition in the next level. I do not want to hear a sodding word from chat about it. We should be alright. We're doing so much damage now that... I mean, it's not trivial, but it's not going to be too difficult. We've got some level ups as well. So this is, like, because we've been able to buy whatever we want and we got reasonably lucky with making sure we took the keys, we've got some decent cards, and more to do with the factor of the way that I've used my upgrades to build my characters overall has meant that we've now got to the point where we're going to be doing tons of damage per shot, which then means that we don't have to waste as much ammunition, which then means that ammunition doesn't become a problem. This is why it's important to check every nook and cranny for every coin you can bloody find. Oh, and always pick up the coin at the start when you're doing all the messing around with the ammo thing as well. I've forgotten to do that plenty of times and wondered why I've got no gold when I get to the shop. So let's get a couple of levels done here. Let's get some more souls, a couple more level ups, and then I'll go and play the pistol here for a little bit. So let's see quite how much magical damage we're doing here. Now, thank you, Divine Sight, but at least I know that there is an enemy behind that tree now. As I say, they will always home in on the closest. It was probably that guy. But we haven't alerted anything yet, so we're not too bad. No? Alright, let's try again. Are you now closest? There you go, 30 points for... Oh, that's a waste. Stop it. Be efficient. Gotta be efficient. Giant laser guys. Stay really far away from them and they can't shoot you. Is that one? No, that's just some guy jumping around. Stay really, really far away from them and they can't actually engage you. Top tip with these guys as well. It's one of the things that I'm going to have a word with the devs on is I think those shields stay closed way too much and way too often and make them just a trivial enemy to kill because you can just shoot them in the leg. That could have been nasty. Yeah, no joke. Oh, we've got an ally there. He's putting in work for us. Oh, down he goes. How many we got? Not many. I mean, I've already murdered my allies, so I'm not the caring type. We should be making use of this. Well, that was some great shots. Really great shots. Yeah, I mean, as I said, to be honest with you, a lot of the sites I'm not really using. Let's... save us some ammo, because the sorcerers want you at close range, and there's nothing else about. Quite an easy kill. Get rid of that as well. We do need to top up on our ammunition. Sorcerers are always nice to see, because if you can close the distance and kill everything else around them, they become quite an easy kill. They do throw those balls, they can get multiple impacts on you, and they do home. However, you can shoot those balls out of the air, or even better, don't waste ammunition, take cover. And this is why you do all your looting at the end as well. We don't need that, because we haven't taken any damage yet. Now, if you are very careful and you find the right surface, you can put that down without smashing it. Some of the SMGs are a bit weird, I'll give them that much. There are, yeah, the M3s. The M3's not too bad. So here's another 2-star one. Twilight Penumbrum. Plus 20% Twilight on near misses. This now allows me to basically be the soldier that I used to be when I was in the SAS, which is Saturdays and Sundays, the reserves. And what I'm now able to do is, I can use standard the SOPs, or standard operating procedures of, if it moves, shoot it. If it doesn't move, shoot near it until it does move, then shoot it. I like this card because it means if you miss, you get the effects anyway, which are actually quite cool. So let's tidy up on the ammo front. Remember to go back for that heart later. And because we've got a bit of a clearing, we might as well finish all of this up as well whilst we're here. It's not too bad a thing to pick up these souls as you go, because it can save you a bit of time. My concern is picking them up can potentially put resources in your hand that you would use, not thinking that you might get resources that would do the same job and then some a little bit later. So, let's see. Yeah, sights-wise, I haven't struggled with any of the sights, if I'm honest, but all of them feel like I have to have my backhand raised higher than what should be center. I think it's kinda... I'm not struggling with the sniper rifle, but I would prefer to play the sniper class with just this. So, again, more cards. That's what we want. We want all the cards. So again, choices-wise, I think I need to get that confirmed, actually. That sunburst. I'm sure the sun embrace thing is in relation to the sunburst thing, because you don't get abilities for just taking this. 5% chance to ignore damage. I think this is a bad card because you shouldn't be putting yourself into a position where you'd have to rely on a percentage chance to not take damage. Enemy kill, 10% next shot, apply paralyze. I don't like this card because you have to kill something before you get a chance for it to happen. Sun's Embrace, plus 15% aim penalty. I like that because it just works all the time with Sun's Embrace. So that would be my thought system on picking cards. There's that medipack that we need. Another thing to note as well that I don't do, and I haven't started, so I'm not going to bother, is praying at the beginning of a level. When you come in, if you pray at the beginning of a level, it shows you the location of all the enemies. Now, I know that and just never got into the practice of doing it, so kinda don't do it. What that means for me on the whole level up front and the level up system is, you know how you can get a... If you do rely on it, then fair enough. It's a resource. It's an infinite resource. Make use of it. Why wouldn't you? What it means for me is I don't have to dump points into anything to do with prayer cooldown time, which means I can prioritize my points into things that help me now. What? Are you kidding? Tell me you're kidding, Slay. I've never seen that. Oh, that's not an enemy. I have never seen attachments on enemies' weapons. If that works, well done, sir. Thanks, Weebs. If that works. Oh, yeah. Oh dear, I thought you had just broken my mind then. If that was a thing and I didn't know about it, I would be deeply ashamed. No, I know you can't, unfortunately, because I don't think they have attachments. The one thing that I have seen that intrigues me is some of the enemies are actually carrying items on them, and I don't know if there is a way you can take them off of them. Cheers, Weebs. This one's for you, buddy. Because I fucking completely forgot. So this is another thing that you can do. It's another thing that you can do mid-level, is if an ally dies or you accidentally shoot them in the face, again, you could take their weapon. The problem with doing so, I find, but you have to stow it for it to count. The problem in doing so, I find, is it can confuse your ammunition system. Your best bet is pick up your ally's weapon if you want to change, store it, dump all of the ammunition for the gun that you had previously out of your pouch, and then what should happen is as you start touching enemy souls, they should start giving you the ammunition for the weapon stored. If you do it any other way than that, you end up getting ammunition for the gun that you just dropped. Hey, Awesome. Lovely. What's that? What was that? What did Norm say it was supposed to be? Oh, awesome. Excellent. So let's get these souls deposited and then we'll go from there. So another thing that's worth noting as well. I'll be honest, I've never checked enemy guns for attachments. That's so awesome if that's the case. That means that I can make even more money. Right, so peeking through. Can't see anything. However, there is a spirit there. That spirit means a player has died in that location. That's the equivalent of the blood splatters on the floor in Dark Souls. So that means that there could be something, either somebody's really struggled up until this point and got killed there, or more likely, from like normal level and above, someone's got fucked by something nasty. Now, as I said about this whole teleporting through the side thing, doesn't always work. Sometimes there isn't things that you can teleport into. However, you can usually teleport past. Like that. Well, that didn't work out so well. Nope, we've teleported inside instead. There we go. Yes. Do that, because that's one of the beauties of this game. So I would have said this guy's bitten off a little bit more than he can chew and got his shit pushed in by all of these guys, which will just not do that. Easy. Oh, you know what? Maybe Sun's Embrace doesn't work the way that I thought it does. So notice how he isn't firing back very fast at me, and when he does fire, he doesn't fire very fast. Now he's back to normal again. And this is because of Twilight. And it allows you to basically peek and put shots on an enemy a lot more aggressively than what you normally would. You can afford to jump out of cover. Now, here's a cool thing as well. If you see, it kind of gives a foreshadowing, Chris, the Generous, will definitely give us yes, that is... Hang on, I'll just reread that a second, because that's something that I saw.
It's like this poison and charm stack. Meaning if the oh yeah. The bomb charm 15 damage.
Yeah, it also it does stack. Yeah, poison damage from what I can gather is classed as magical damage as well, or as you say, whatever the muzzle says the additional damage is in relation to does stack. So what I want to know, because I'm going to have to look into this now, because I assumed that a lot of the abilities that are to do with the sun side of things are to do with this, but I'm not 100% convinced. But again, it's all extra damage, so we should do it. That was silly. I'm sure we'll get some heals though. So, I was trying to do an example then, I didn't get the shot off quick enough. So again, we're grey screened, so we've lost a lot of life, but we'll just sit here. There's no point us engaging. Just let them do their thing. It doesn't matter as well. As long as you take one shot, even if that shot did 50 damage, it would still take you down to 1 damage and grey screen you. So you then take cover. I know, right? I was actually trying to demonstrate something and I messed it up entirely. What would be funny? Oh yeah, of course it'll be. Yeah, of course it'll be funny. Hey, I'm sure you guys will love it when you see my body. You'll see it a lot on the easier modes right at the beginning because I have to do a lot of dying for my videos. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. It's a waste. The other thing as well I find is the more that you push into specific abilities, again, I can't confirm or deny really whether this is a thing or not. Oh, I do like this as well. Where you lucky man weebs. Yeah, what I was trying to demonstrate earlier is literally the amount of time you get with Twilight to put shots on an enemy before they even think about returning fire. It can be massive. So, one of the other things... Yeah, it always will be with me, weeps. I do a lot of dying for science.
What did,
Yeah, that's, to be honest with you, all of the sort of realistic things. I'll be honest, I very rarely pay attention to it anyway. When it does the Garand ping, that's when you reload. There is like an element that I will start getting myself into on this is counting shots. So again, another bit of a... See, yeah, I don't know about this. I don't know if Sunstrike is its own ability or if it's to do with that. No worries, Echo M. This is a bit of another no-brainer. Well, kind of not. If you were going for souls, which we are trying to do in this run, that's a good one. This isn't so great. That, +3 bonus damage on hit. So every time you hit, no-brainer. Yes, gun stock with this should be good. And yeah, I'm itching to turn this from arcade mode to realistic. But whilst I'm leveling up and getting myself to, like, you know, maxed out on everything, I might as well give myself an easy time, right? So, Sun's Embrace, 2 extra souls. Yeah, it depends on... So as far as I'm not using one now, but as far as they're concerned, it depends on which one you have. A lot of them have kind of like a quick release system. Mine have magnets on the bottom so that you can twist and release your lead hand or twist and release both to grab a sidearm. The one thing I would say is it is default arcade. It's the one compromise that you have to make when you make a gun stock is that you will not be as fast going for your pistol. I never even use my pistol, if I'm honest. Not a lot of the time. 10% next shot after kill. No thank you. Sun's Embrace range +2. Enemies killed with Sun's Embrace drop +2 extra souls. +2? So I would say in this circumstance, not fully understanding how this works, that we probably want to try and increase our range. I think that's the explosion range on this. So let's go for, let's say it's that. Do you think? I mean, now that's one. Oh, hello. That's one we want to keep. But again, hello, Fee. Again, because we've managed to keep hold of our pistol, we have got a lovely way to store these things, which is always going to be good. Now, let's see if we can do some testing with this thing. And I do like to fire these high, because you usually then get the shot. Yeah, it definitely said Sun's Embrace, but I don't know if that's because of this, or because of the perks that we have. I might as well wait. No worries, Econ. Yeah, I'll have a look. Oh, silly boy. Right, no point in peeking. When they do shoot and you take cover and you're in this grayscale thing, the only thing you do is that, because I'm not giving up. I'm not giving them the opportunity to hit me when I do that. When you grayscale, take cover. Don't try and keep peeking. You're asking to lose a life, basically. That's garbage. That was also garbage. Is this thing actually doing any damage? I do love swinging it round as well. Before you fire it. Showing off then. God damn. That's why another reason why magic is really good in this is that you can fire it around corners. So it means you can output damage, although this doesn't do a massive amount. It's not as good as the Anima Storm one. You can do a decent amount of damage without exposing yourself. I am going to be doing sun runs properly. I am doing sun runs. I think I got like level 8 or 9 or something along those lines, and I believe there's 20 levels. But there's no real point. So the analogy that I was thinking earlier is doing sun runs before you have all characters upgraded and everything having skill points is like trying to go for a high score on IDU when you haven't 100%ed your profile. And not so much on the experience front, but more because you are literally going to be, if your character is not fully finished, then you are just doing yourself a disservice. You're not going to have as many resources. You're not going to have the rarity and the drop chances. You're not going to have all that good stuff. You do level up reasonably faster, but you can get your ass handed to you a lot quicker as well. But then the thing is, I found that I'm leveling up probably quicker, getting the difficulty to +4 by completing Cardinal and then completing Cardinal again. That puts the difficulty modifier up to +4. Going through the game on that, I've got my like Assault up to level 30 and I haven't put that much time into this run. So, not that 30 is even that high. Get one there, just the one level up. Just the one level up, sir. Because, yeah, what happens when you complete the game in one difficulty is it automatically steps you up to the next. When you get to Cardinals... I still haven't checked the gun thing. I can't remember... I can tell you're going to be a regular, so I'm going to have to make sure. Slaying reality. I can't remember it. What did Funkatronic say about the attachments? Did he actually answer you about the attachments on weapons? I keep forgetting to pick them up because I never really do. Never ever. Remind me. I want to know. Remind me I need to pick up every weapon that we come across now from enemies. In fact, if I keep on telling you that I want you to remind me, I may even do it. You never know. Did we have a heart that I put down? I think that was last level. I'm sure Weebs would have said. He didn't, did he? Snuck away. I tell you what, this... You remember we were saying... Good man. Good man. Multitasking. It's how it is. Now imagine trying to hold a regular conversation with people. So, and then just like me. Let's get into this next level. Who was it that wanted to see the pistol run? I can't remember. If they're still here, it's definitely something I'll do. But I'm kind of enjoying just playing the rifleman at the moment. On the IDU front, one of the things that is quite cool is... No worries, dude. Oh, maybe I should go in there, shouldn't I? Because we might get to go and rescue Slaying's corpse. Who knows? One of... In fact, I might actually do that just in case. Try and not get my shit handed to me, obviously. One of the things that I think this is going to be better for me on an IDU front is I can ask the developers and they can tell me about the things that they've put in their game. IDU don't seem to be able to do that very often. And that's not like we don't know the right questions to ask, it's just they don't know the answers because a lot of IDU's original legacy code is not their own. Right, let's get rid of that. Here's another thing that I found as well, again on the struggling ammo side of things, especially on Quest. Draw distance, can see ammo, cannot see ammo but can see lines. You could miss that as you are walking past and not realise that there's ammo to pick up later. My top tip would be pick it up and put it on a surface. Although the draw distance is just as bad when you are coming back to these places to find these things, especially if you start making stacks of them. So like for instance popping them on a corner there, and sometimes you can put them on top of each other. Hello, dude. Sorry, let me read that. Oh, the gramping on a Gwr, yeah. Not a Gwr. For fuck's sake. A Gewehr, sorry. Never call it a Gwr. But the lady just said it to me in chat. It's Gewehr, lady. Yeah, the ping... Thing is, though, everybody... I don't know anybody who dislikes that noise. And I hear it day in, day out continuously, and it isn't annoying me yet. So it's not too bad. I wonder why they didn't put the M1 Garand in this game. And I wonder if, because there's some sort of, well, chat didn't. My chat bot didn't pronounce it correctly, Doing this works very nicely because of how the recoil handles in this weapon. Again, a lot of this game can be about killing your enemy or being able to put damage across on your enemy without exposing yourself or exposing as little as possible. Oh, there's a grenade launcher then. Is he up there then, is he? Or did we get him? Oh, we might have killed him. Lovely. This is the other thing that I've noticed as well, and it might be part of the reason why they've had to do what they've done with some of the draw distance stuff on this game, is there's a lot of enemies in these levels. There really is. If that's what I think it is, i.e. it does more damage when you hit with this, then that's worth taking. But again, these are things that I'm still experimenting with. I assume that these cards are for this. Let's have a look and see if this does some decent damage. Yeah, well, I mean, lining up the dots is how you would normally do things with an actual rifle. You would have multiple apertures so that you can make sure that you can actually line. The alternative would be having it so that you line up the outside at this dot with the end sight, but at least they've, you know, done it. But the problem is you have to raise your, it feels like, or for me anyway, you have to raise your backhand higher than is natural to get that pointed. I've like got my controller ring in my fucking mouth while I'm trying to own this thing, and that's not right. So anyway, don't eat the controllers, kids. See, that said Sun's Embrace just for hitting the enemy. So So maybe Sun's Embrace is just a damage and damage over time thing, not necessarily anything to do with this. Which kind of makes this a bit shit. Yeah, it's not much, but it's enough that it makes it like, oh, you bugger. I forgot that's homing. So again, not going to take any risks. Be wary of traps. We're in the grayscale side of things. This is probably like the biggest tip that I can give you. If you take a hit, do not continue the fight. Run away. Works for King Arthur. For those of you who are not British, that was a Monty Python and the Holy Grail reference. Again, we could re-peek, we could probably get that shot. I'm not going to expose myself and risk losing a life. That didn't work either. Well, we'll go and see him. I think most of my lot have subbed to him already. Don't you worry, Weebs. I've probably got his last 10 subs in the pocket. Because I have various accounts. So if he can get there, I want to push him over 1,000. What, that one? Oh, the Luke. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Here's one of the things. So yeah, as I was saying, I think, is there like some sort of licensing? Is there a reason why they can't use the M1? Because we've got the M1 sound. So maybe America's got a patent on the M1, but there is nothing for the Gewehr. But yeah. And I assume that was for me. Thank you very much, Roger. Most appreciated. So, we steady on. I mean, he was going to die in one shot anyway. Now, that to me says that somebody has died here. Now, I know that's obvious. Are there any enemies that are particularly threatening around here? No. But there is a mound. This would tell me that there is likely going to be a rat spawning in that mound. Oh, nice one, Roger. So let's... Oh no, it's not. I always try not to expose myself. Let's keep... Oh, nice one, Roger. Thank you very much. Now then, let's see. So that wasn't the case, but again, be wary. When you see corpses, there's usually a reason. And it's probably because somebody got their shit pushed in right there and then. That's the whole... That, for those of you who don't Dark Souls it, that's what it all represents. So yeah, the more and more I see it now, the more and more I think that Sun's Embrace is just a different ability. Save some ammo. See, why are they Sun's Embraced? I haven't shot them. Oh, I did shoot near them, didn't I? Maybe that combos in with Twilight's effect. So again, we're not going to expose ourselves, because we've said not to. Now we can expose ourselves, because Weeb can't control us. Again, throw in your magic. That are rats. That's what I thought happened there previously with the player that died. It's worth noting, I'll try and demonstrate in a minute if I find some rat holes. When the area says all cleared, rats can still come out of these rat holes. Worth knowing. Oh. Gonna need that ammo. Where are you? So they have the advantage here as well because they are right-handed. So they can put shots on us with us struggling to put shots on them. So ideally we want our cover to be on our... to be able to peek from the right-hand side. Because 'twas a scratch. So, but let's see if we can get some magic involved. That will do a little bit of damage. Ooh, that was a rubbish shot. So the way we can counter that, the way we can counter having to expose so much of ourselves before we peek around the corner is you can actually put the rifle over the wrong shoulder. This guy wants to put our shit in. Run when you see that, because I'm not prepped for that. I've only got 4 rounds. If you've got space behind you, never be afraid to run. I do it all the time in IDU, and I'm really good at that. Not so good at this, but I'm hopeful. And that's going to have to be enough. But again, it's... now, note how we've moved back far enough. I would wager... That was inefficient. I would wager he might not be able to get past this. So it's worthwhile doing. There are points that you can get to. Like, for instance, if we went up there and ducked, he wouldn't be able to shoot us. The guys that push you... Oh, yeah, weaponry. Check. I hope Slaying's right. I hope that there are attachments that you can pull off of these. However, the thing is, even if there were attachments, the whole lure on all of this is these are so corrupted that you can't do anything with them other than use what ammunition is in them. That's what all this crystal muck, all this dark crystal-y stuff is supposed to represent, is the fact that you can't remove the magazine and use this gun like your own because it has been corrupted. I want a priest class that is able, their special ability is the ability to, I don't know, maybe pray to these weapons and use them. But he only starts off with a pistol or something, I don't know. But then we'd have to, although the enemies do have STGs later on. That we need. So they're a good gun, because assault. Yay, they've only just started. They've only just started. There are more guns coming, I can almost guarantee it. Cool, well, we might have that tonight then. I'm not going to end it yet. I don't even know how long the stream's been going. But I will set up a little visit, I'm sure. I said I would. I would have done it earlier, but I didn't see his stream up and running, so... Yeah, STGs are a weapon that you can find from the enemy later. Oh, let's get these in. Oh, you little shit. Yeah, so that's why I've confused it as an ability, because I've seen that say Sun's Embrace, and it isn't anything to do with that, I don't think. Again, though, this is a feature that I like, and you don't get this in all VR games, in that you can keep your hand on one part of the rifle. Okay. Thank you for the report. And again, I'll be doing a video on why doing this is just free damage. This is free damage. Waiting for your charms to proc off so that you can shoot them is additional damage, which again is kind of free damage. This is one way that you can very easily deal with things, especially if they're around corners and you've got the right stuff. What I was saying earlier as well is, peeking from here can expose a lot of your body without you being able to give effective return fire. The easiest way to do it is to pull back, cut the pie a little differently. Damn it. Yeah. I mean, you can with this as well. That's... God, I thought I'd lost that then. That would have been terrible. There is the other option is, instead of having to always fight from right-hand side with cover, or cover that suits us, like this is doing now, is to literally, as he says, switch hands. We can go left-handed and peek that wall correctly. But, hey, steady on. But we're alright here. Another one of these on. And there we go, area clear. Now, as I said with sewers, see if I can give you an example. I don't even need that, and I'm going to take damage because of it. Got a magazine, I guess. Doesn't matter too much, we didn't take much damage. Area clear. Is it, though? Is it, game? It's not, is it, really? So just be aware, these are classed as traps, even though they spawn enemies, which would technically make the area not clear. When it says area clear, these will still spawn. I have had my feet nibbled to death by those little shits. This is why we don't use resources the moment we feel like we should. Because in essence, by me finding that now, I've saved a health pack. Oh, and that was a +5er as well. Lovely. Again, that's linked to part of the rarity of items thingy bob. Again, there's still a lot of things that I don't know about this game. The problem that I'm having at the moment is I'm doing live streaming and videos and not getting as much chance to play the game as I'd like, which again, part of the reason why I'm live streaming. I know, right? Terrible behaviour, isn't it? Look, area clear. What are you then? Figment of my imagination? Must be. So yeah, be wary of that. I've been caught out by that plenty of times, and it's really annoying to heal back to full life and then get like... well, you don't usually take much, but it's just really annoying. Right, cards. Now, again, I hope you guys don't mind. I'm not trying to like belittle anyone or anything along those lines. I think this is quite interesting because you might not think the same way as I do. I'd love for somebody to turn around and go, oh, you should have gone for this one because it is much better. Cheers, Knob. But my thought process here, right, they're all basic cards, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe they're all up for debate, maybe they're not. +2 enemy magic damage reduction. I don't want to be playing a game where I'm banking on getting hit. Ergo, I don't want this. I'm not playing a tank style, and there is no benefit to playing a tank style other than obviously taking less damage. If I don't get hit, I won't take damage. So for me, that one is right out. Sunstrike +20% distraction chance. Distraction, I think, means that the enemy has more chance of missing you, kind of like the blind feature within Paralyze and Twilight. That's not bad. That means that when they're sunstruck, I don't take these sun ones an awful lot, if I'm honest. So, and then this one, Sunstrike +25% headshot bonus damage. So I would have said this means that when they are sunstruck, they get more damage for headshots. Now, we're not really going for headshots. However, our homing thing usually does. So for me, out of those, it's that one all day. And again, I don't know if I can say it enough or not. I fucking love picking cards. The fact that you have to pick specific cards, and it can just be interesting as you make your build. The problem is you can get to a point in this game where it kind of becomes a little bit trivial because you are so powerful. But hey, we've been playing IDU for years, and you are not that powerful in that game until you've got your setup. And then even when you've got, Night Knobs, even when you've got your setup perfect, when you get to those later cycles, you then start becoming less and less powerful. This is a power trip game. It's doing one of the things that I always thought Sweet Surrender, which is another fantastic game, which is very close to this in the movement system, the teleport system, the decent gunplay and mechanics. The one thing I think Sweet Surrender is missing out on is they have limited to us to 4 chips. I want more. I want to be able to make any gun super viable within that game by just loading myself up with chips out of my mind to make me really powerful. Then you do something like put really hard hard difficulty levels so you can really test. Look at Mother Gunship. That game has done really well. That one doesn't pull the punches on how powerful you can become. Hell, that's part and parcel of the fun of that game. Which, I say that, I haven't really played it much, so I assume that's part and parcel of the fun of that game. But it does look really good. But I think they've done, again, I like Vampire Survivors. I like, you know, your Survivor style games. I like roguelike games. I always figured that, oh, hello, big guy. I always figured that IDU was very light on a lot of the features. It is one of the things that I find with this level is you have to get that gate open, otherwise it can spoil a lot of your shots. The big guys, this is for Norb when he comes back. The big guys have 3 or 4 attacks. They have the lasers, which don't often hit you. They fire these sort of bullet things, which as long as you are not in range of, again, they won't do a very good job of hitting you. Yeah, I'll do the second boss because people will get to see it. They have the laser beam vertical, they have the laser beam horizontal, they can fire bullets, and they have also got an ability, I think it's both of them because there's bigger ones than that as well. They have an ability where they basically cast something on you. For those of you who play IDU, they kind of do a bit of an exorcist on you, where they cast something on you which you need to know it's there to be able to see it, and then after a second or two it procs damage on you. I love the big guys because they give me bonus shit, and the bonus shit is usually pretty cool. I mean, that to me just says money. So yeah, happy days. Sorry, let me just answer the question. Yeah, do we want to see the second boss, or shall I? Yeah, I might as well, because then I can. It gives me an end point. It's part and parcel of the reason why I'm thinking I might need multiple profiles on this game, because I've got. I'd like to have a profile that I can stream to you guys, and then a profile that I can work on for other things. So again, on the monetary system, this is garbage points. Or garbage money. This is good money. I may get rid of one of my medikits for another blue grenade. I would of course heal myself before I did so, but let's get the rest of the level done first. I do try and use my pistol ammo. There you go. Now we've got plenty of life, and I would like to go into the next level at full life. I'm not going to do it by standing around with a fucking medipack in my hand, am I? So we'll put that on a corner. Weep. Take note, I'll forget. Cheers. Oh, here's a thing as well. I found out the other day. I didn't even realise, but I should have, really. I mean, I wouldn't say this is a top tip. It's just risky and a way to take damage. Cheers, Weeps. Let's find one. You can throw grenades back to enemies. It's one of the ways that you actually get an achievement within the game by throwing back... Well, you killing a grenadier with grenades. I always sell my grenades, so I would never, ever get that achievement. See if we can find one. These are an absolute nightmare of a trap. The best way to avoid them, you can't teleport through them, they will still hit you. You must either duck and walk through them or duck and teleport past them. Otherwise they will do damage. Level clear, is it? Rats. So, I mean, I know the level's not clear yet, but, you know, can still whinge, right? Let's have a look. Didn't need to do that. Thought I'd missed some back here as well. So let's get that. Key trumps grenade all day, but I'm quite confident we're getting to the point where I don't need life anymore because we've got so much, and I've still got lives left as well. I mean, famous last words. I will be happy to start collecting life resources when we're in the shop with money. These are cheap as chips if I needed them, and you find them quite a lot. In fact, I'll save Weave a job, because I've got another one that I can use now. Yes, I'm pushing very hard into cash, but with good reason. And yes, I know I've got $2,000, but this is... Look, right, this is my problem. This is the way that I play, all right? Ridiculously efficient. Even when I don't need to be. Nice one, Zod. No, I don't... That's definitely a thing, is I want to... I I don't want to spoil this game for everybody. So it's kind of why I wasn't going to stream today. I wanted to leave it for a while and then really start hitting this as kind of as hard as I do with IDU as far as the streaming, because I don't know, I think there's a lot to cover here, and you know, there's a lot of cool stuff to show off. But again, I am very aware of the fact that I do not want to spoil this game because it's so good. There's so many things and stuff, and we like the things and the stuff. My videos you can avoid. I suppose my live streams, I suppose you kind of can as well. There they are. Right. That's interesting. Sun's Embrace either just procced off. Anyway, yeah, cheers off. Sun's Embrace either procced off there because an enemy hit another enemy and that counts as my bullet, or it's an overtime ability. Or it might even... Hang on, it did say range. I wonder if it means my range. Right, I'm going to be very stupid now and try and show you how to throw back grenades. I'm sure it's quite obvious. Oh, shit. Worst homing shot ever. Second worst. And third worst. So there's an enemy over there. Thank you, Divine Sight. Now, you can shoot through these slits. It's not amazing, though. No. Let's try a different way. Yes, that'll do. Right, okay, so he's getting hit by... So Sun's Embrace looks like it's a proximity effect. That I did not know. Is it a line of sight? As you can see, you can throw back grenades. This is yours. This is also yours. It's risky, though. Why throw a grenade away when you can just shoot them? But again, easy way to get the achievement. Yeah, I know, right? Or that... No, well, you say too slow. I think that was more clever AI programming, right? Cooking the grenade. In that case, we can then say, well done, Funkatronic Labs. That's some top programming right there. Let's go with that. And battery low. Boo. Right, so we'll be coming off in a minute. Again, look at the amount of twilight that I've got. So, there we go. I'll save this for my own purposes when I'm going back through the game. Sun's Embrace is a proximity. So Sun's Embrace is great for any characters like the Pistolier or anything that does CQC, in that it triggers through proximity. Now, the reason why I haven't noticed that before, I don't think, damn it, is because of the fact that I've never had this much range on it. So that's what it means by range. I thought it was to do with this, but that's the Sunburst wand that's doing a fantastic job homing in there. Excellent work. Have one of those. Come on now. You're still chucking nades. You are as well, aren't you? Area clear. Yeah, right. No rats are involved in that. So, let's clear up quickly here. Now, here's another benefit of this game as well for those of you watching that might be part of the IDU faithful. If my battery was to die... yes, I will. Especially if rats are going to do things like this. Area clear. Come on. Keeping me on my toes. Oh, there you go. Now we don't have to go back. Yummy. But yes, good work, Weeble. Well done. So, let's get that. Let's get that. Now, the one stipulation that I would say is if your battery dies on you, or you get disconnected on the game... Oh, that went over my head. For whatever reason... I'm going to go as far as to say, oh no, we want to take that. Always take the charms over anything, charms and attachments over anything else, because they're worth good money. These, obviously they're useful, but worth garbo money. Same with the field deployables. Let's quickly go back, quick check through the level, make sure we haven't missed any of the Gucci stuff. I don't think we have, because I think I picked up all the souls whilst I was here. Yes, I did. Cheers, weebs. Don't even need it though, so... Scorched earth policy, throw it into the sewer. Enemy can't have it that way. And let's get out of here. So, yeah, for the IDU faithful, if you ever have a serious crash of the game, or your battery dies on you, with IDU, that means run over. On this game, what happens is... yeah, probably. I'll still gasp, because that's what I do every time for some reason. I still am shocked when my battery claps out on me. Always make a point of using, if there's additional ammunition left that you can't stack, always make sure the last thing you do is replen your actual magazine. Oh, look, see, flooded with ammo now. So, as long as you complete a level and start the next, you have basically earned yourself a checkpoint that you don't have to manage yourself. So if I now hit here and go to quit, it will say, last checkpoint saved 11 minutes ago. I can tell you 11 minutes ago we were at the start of this level, because that's where it pops the checkpoints in. If I pray, go through the gate, and get ready for boss man. Oh, I've had this before. This has happened a couple of times actually. It's not too bad. It's this is one of the Funkatronics. I'll put this in as, I don't know if you, I'll take a picture, because I can do that whilst I'm, I know I can't. Okay, right. Capturing, bug report. So what happened is the textures haven't loaded up. If this ever happens to you, and it's a great example of how I can show off the feature of this game, is because the level is now loaded up, if I go to quit now, it will say that my last checkpoint saved a few seconds ago, because it's saved at the beginning of the level. This isn't too bad a bug. It shouldn't happen, but it's not. It has triggered the boss as well, because he can see me for some reason and started throwing shit. It's not too bad a bug, because I know that I can quit out of this and load back in and it will work fine. But the point is, quitting now will not lose me any progress, because I got to the beginning of the next level, and you will always be checkpointed at that point. And on that checkpointy style bombshell, we'll end it there. So thank you all very much for joining me. I have been Silver Tongue Devil. Good night.